Welcome to the grand final of the Goon multiplayer spectacular. Sydin as the Kubota Fujiwara versus Yukitsu as the Kamakura Minamoto. Sydin has brought a larger than usual army, focusing more on quantity than quality, with 6 Naginata Levy troops, some deployed on the far left there, 3 Naginata Warrior Monks, and 2 Sword Attendants, and of course his Tetsubo Warrior Monk hero. Yukitsu, on the other hand, has brought an army of pure quality, with a mounted samurai, a mounted Naginata, 4 Naginata Warrior Monk units, a regiment of Sword Attendants, and a Foot Samurai, in addition to his Naginata Warrior Monk hero. He's also brought along a single unit of Levy, it looks like. Yep. So immediately we can see that there's a lot of aggression from Yukitsu right at the start. He's come right out of the gate and he's skirmishing with his mounted samurai, using them to the best of his ability. There's 3 main buildings on this map. The workshop, over to the side here. In the center is the shrine, and on the far left is the sword dojo. We can see that Sydin has sent a single Naginata Levy with the purpose of taking the sword dojo, while he's bringing the majority of his forces to the shrine. Now he has sufficient numbers in order to push Yukitsu off the shrine, and hopefully he will seize the workshop as well, since there doesn't appear to be too many forces in the way of defense on this side. Now, the force of Sydin has no ranged offensive capability short of the general, and as such is going to be in a poor position to deal with the skirmishing power of Yukitsu's forces, as Yukitsu brings his general's bodyguard out to play, putting free shots into the Naginata Levy. Obviously, Yukitsu cannot allow Sydin to seize the sword dojo uncontested, and so dispatches a regiment of Naginata warrior monks, ensuring that the Naginata Levy will be beaten soundly, and the sword dojo will be his. On the other hand, Sydin has decided that he's going to seize the workshop with the Naginata Levy, and has sufficient forces in the area that Yukitsu's horses can't really contest. Sydin's quite clearly taking control of the center point here, and is ever so slowly gaining on the shrine, keeping what appears to be just the tip of his unit in the circle. An interesting ploy, and has realized he's pulling his troops out of the circle and bringing them back in. That will be his any second, but his troops are fatigued. As you can see, he's just captured the workshop there and the shrine. So Yukitsu is now looking in a bit of trouble, with both the workshop and the shrine captured by Sydin. Sydin has decided that he's not going to win this fight over here, which is perfectly reasonable, and so he needs to engage, moving his forces up. Now, it's a bit of a lazy attack, this one. While he does leave his rear suitably defended against the mounted Naginata and the mounted samurai, a lot of his troops are in this cluster here, really not helping, while the rest are stuck in this big fight. So there's a big battle line here that's been joined, but the numbers appear to be almost on Yukitsu's side, which, given that he has the quality of the troops, a lot of these, the bulk of them, a Levy, for example, which are charging in, given that Yukitsu has the quality of the troops and his Naginata Warrior Monk hero is holding the line, along with his general in stand and fight, you'd have to say that the line will hold. It's unlikely to break at this point. The war cry goes off, and you can immediately see the effect. We've got some Naginata Warrior Monks here, which are wavering, but these Sword Attendants on the left-hand side here are also wavering. Now, the fight on this left has been concluded, and the Naginata Warrior Monks have succeeded, although they're tired and probably not going to get to the fight in time. This single unit of Naginata Warrior Monks is very well played by Yukitsu. He's going to hold up multiple units of Sydin's, while to prevent the bulk of the forces being brought down, because really, numbers are what's necessary in this particular center line fight. And these Levy just aren't going to hold up. You can see they're dropping rapidly, and Yukitsu's center line is holding. There they go. They're gone, and immediately their associated Levy are going to go as well. So, Yukitsu launches an amazing attack against Sydin's general, which he just catches in time and just manages to sneak his general out at the cost of some of his troops. But this center line here is completely collapsing, and this right flank has also gone. Yukitsu is looking like he's definitely going to win this one, despite the large advantage the buildings have given. Sydin can sense that the battle is swinging away from him, and so there's really only one thing he has left to do, and that is a death or glory charge against Yukitsu's general, with the objective of killing him and hopefully being able to seize the initiative back. But it's not looking like that's going to happen. Yukitsu's cavalry is just running roughshod over Sydin, And the lower quality troops just can't handle being flanked by cavalry. They just absolutely freak out and run. The Nagi Levy here have rallied and are engaging the Naginata warrior monks, but they're probably not going to stand and fight for particularly long. As we can see, the general fight is a bit even, except now Yukitsu has significantly more forces in the area and has dispatched his mounted Naginata to finish the job. The Tetsubo warrior monk heroes are doing good things in there, but they're just not going to be enough. 8 of them is not enough to get the job done. And with that, Sydin's general has fled, and there's basically no hope for him now. All his units are dispatched across the field, they're scattered, they're beat up, they're tired. And Yukitsu's not in fantastic shape either. He's got 2/3 of a foot samurai unit, a pretty much full-strength mounted Naginata. His warrior monk hero is in great shape, and half a unit of warrior monks. It's not a huge army, but it's going to be enough against these levy. 1/3 of a unit of Naginata warrior monks, and Yukitsu has pretty much got this, although we could have a surprise upset. If this levy unit manages to get in and kill the general at the same time as a pincer maneuver, that might be enough to swing it back in Sydin's favor, but his troops are completely exhausted. They have absolutely had it, and I really don't see them being able to do what they need to do in order to win. Yep, there they go. The front lines collapse there. And we have a chain rout. Yukitsu takes the first match in this grand final. The pressure's really on Sydin now. Yukitsu came in as the favorite, and he's shown exactly why that is the case. Sydin looked like he might have been able to pull it out, but Yukitsu held on and brought the fight back to him. Well, it's a fantastic match, and I can't wait to see the second one. Thanks for watching, everybody.